Can't have that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Codex Station's Comics Unleashed, the After Dark version. I'm your host tonight, Sal, the Slab Guy. Joining me with me is our special guest of the night, Hagen from Les Comics, and as usual, Dan the Art Kelly right there. And
Push
next
ups,
to
baby.
him is the Ric Flair of comics.
Woo!
How you guys doing?
Richard is just covering the whole year in about 30
Richard
seconds.
is
God,
Richard
what's
is
going
on point.
He's rattling them off, guys.
Yes, he is. He's playing all the hits.
We're in the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. We're just kind of chilling out for the moment. We're going to get the show started here shortly. Tonight, we're going to be going through our regular stuff. I know it's not a scheduled night. We were going to take the night off, but we said, screw that. We're going to give you some comics tonight. So we got some pulls. We got some back issues. Hagen's got some stuff he wants to show, like a mystery box, I believe, that he got. That's awesome. And, of course,
But he put on it. But he did say he put on pants, so he's not going to show everything.
But he did send us some wood. He sent all of us here some wood.
Speaking of showing everything.
All right, how you guys doing? What's going on? Anything good going on?
A lot of good things going on. Christmas is going on. We got a special guest star. Where I'm still, I'm still off the high of last week. Saw my Washington Commanders, formerly Redskins team, beat the Eagles with 6 seconds left.
Obi is back, and he got a goal.
He got a goal. He got an empty netter. I just saw an interview with him, and somebody was saying, "Was that one of the easiest goals you scored?" He said, "Every goal in the NHL is hard." He said, "If you want to see how easy he goes, if you want to see how it is, put on some skates and go out there when it's 6-on-5 and score." Good for him.
I saw this meme that was pretty funny. It talked about discovering, whoever created ice skates. Guy goes out on a frozen lake and goes, "You know what my feet are really missing right now? 2 knives strapped to the bottom of them."
That's right. Gotta love it. Got to love it.
That is exactly right. That in a different vein, think about the first guy that drank milk from a cow. You see that animal over there? You see that stuff hanging underneath it? Whatever comes out of it, I'm going to drink it.
I think that about eggs. And talking about hockey, like professional sports needs more fighting. Like hockey used to have it. They've kind of gotten away from it. There needs to be more fighting in professional sports. Everything needs to be arena football. It has to be that.
Oh, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
What was the old? Used to be the old line. I went to the fights in a hockey game. Broke out.
No, I actually don't like that joke, but whatever. We'll go with it.
It's old school. It's old
That's
school.
old school.
You know why you don't like it? Because you're old enough to remember it.
Yeah, I know.
You child of the '60s, you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like he's a big fan of the Hanson brothers.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the Hanson brothers.
Maki, eh?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, he shows up. He goes on road trips with his box full of toys.
Can we bring our toys?
That was such a great line when Paul Newman goes back to the arena and he sees the owner. He's like, "You cheap bastard!" And he's like, "I got a good deal on those boys." Like, they brought their effing toys. Have you ever seen the movie Slapshot, Hagen?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God.
It's such an amazing comedy from the 70s.
You have to see that.
Paul Newman and the guy that John Byrne modeled the appearance of Wolverine after when he takes the mask off. The guy that he modeled him after is from that movie.
Yes, he is.
It's the character McCracken in it. And now that when you go watch it and you see the character McCracken, you're going to be like, "Damn, that is Wolverine."
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I know I've told you this before, but you can't say
that's right, Richard. That is,
you can't say McCracken and make me forget this story. When the whatever the movie in 1982 released the Kraken, what was that?
That Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans came out. The gal with the most well-developed lungs in the school, let's say. Her name was Joan McCracken, and after that, all we could think of was, man, I want her to release the McCrackens. That's all we could think about.
Yep.
Or in the movie when Paul Newman puts a bounty on the head of one of the other players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was funny.
Paul Newman was a
Hagen,
jerk.
you gotta go.
character
You gotta
was a
rent
jerk
that
in
movie
that
somehow. It's probably streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Well, if you guys are talking about it, it might be in the public domain, so I could get lucky there.
There you go. All right, let's get some business out of the way. Hey, Colossus, what's going on, buddy? Let's go ahead and get some business out of the way.
Business.
We can start with me. I am Sal the Slab Guy. You can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner or as Slab Guy 77 on Instagram. I am always coming to you here live from the Slabatorium, where it's a cool and crisp 36 degrees Fahrenheit at all times.
The way those cadavers like it.
That's right.
You don't want them to start smelling.
Well, down over here, this guy, you can find him on Instagram. Dan, why don't you talk about yourself there for a second?
Why you just skip it over Hagen like that?
Because
That's rude.
we're gonna do him last.
He said we're going to do this one big massive circle jerk and get back to Hagen.
That's right. That is
Hey, I
right.
want to be a part of the circle jerk.
Don't worry.
Where's my
Don't worry.
damn invite?
Saving the best for last.
You're gonna be reached around last, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. You know, I post, go on and like it, give me a follow. I did not hit my goal of getting 1,000 followers this year, so that will be. I've already started making my list of goals for next year, and that's one of the ones at the top to hit 1,000 followers on there.
We got a few days left.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have that many days left. So go do that, and you can see stuff posted like this. Joker sketch cover that I did that is signed, as you can see, signed by the entire team, which we will be announcing the winner of this on the Codex Awards live on January 4th.
That's
Dan
right.
Kelly Art. This is Dan Kelly Art right here.
Where's my Dan Kelly Art? I can't
Yellow
find my Dan Kelly Art.
label. He is CGC certified.
Certified.
Bona fide. Right,
right.
there. In-house artist for the Codex Station.
Hagen is the money shot.
Yeah, and I
hope you kept the damn receipt.
Today or tomorrow that it's coming out, that CGC unboxing I did for those sketch covers that I just got back.
If you're a members only, it's on the members only side, but it's going to be public tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Sal
right.
knows more than I do.
Yep. I've already watched it. It's great. You got to check it out. All right. Now, this guy right here, this is the band that doesn't need any introduction. He's the master of the squared circle, the Ric Flair of comics, and the master of the Comics Museum, the Library of Comics right
Library
there.
Of Comics.
Preacher of the lore.
Preacher of the lore.
Right. Can you give me 2 taps and a Ric Flair?
Woo! There you go, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. That's why Dan is always on point and leading the charge for me. But if you want to see me in person, you come to Comic Logic. I believe Sal stopped by Comic Logic today.
I did.
Sal was there. I was there too. I was there the day before. I think I've been there quite a bit this week. But anyway, Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. Please come in and see us. We would love to make your acquaintance. If you're in the Northern Virginia area, you come on in and see us. If you're there on Wednesday mornings, you can see me. You can see Mighty Mike Harbor. See our principal owner, Rob Kalin. We are getting our weekly fix of these comics. That's right. We are injecting that 4-color ink in the bloodstream, baby. Builds them muscles. I've told you before. Reading comic books makes you strong because you're lifting a book. Then you're lifting a stack. Then you're lifting a short box. Next thing you know, you got long boxes packed to the ceiling, and that makes you jacked and packed, baby. Reading comics make you strong. Do a few push-ups, too. That'll help. So, please come and see us. We'd love to see you. First 3 Thursdays of every month, we also do a live Ye Grumpy Old Nerd show. The first Thursday is our preview show where we talk about what's coming out in the previews book and you can order. And then the second, third Thursday are our Ye Grumpy Old Nerd show where we talk nonsense and old man stuff and sports and books we like and movies and pop culture and all that other.
Agitate the shit out of Rob.
Agitate. We try to break Rob. We did. So we tried to break Rob last week, and that was one of our more highly entertaining episodes. A 10-minute diatribe on
that was funny.
wasn't a great, wasn't a true sequel.
No.
And Rob just kept taking the bait. It was awesome. So it was great when he finally realized what was being done to him. he's a little crusty. So that was good.
Didn't he say that you were gaslighting him?
Oh, what? I said I would never gaslight you, Rob. And the jig was up then.
That's some good stuff.
But you got to commit. You got to commit, or it doesn't count.
Oh, I committed to the bit. I was in. I mean, it was a 10-minute discussion on that stupid movie that nobody cared about.
When he was getting mad about it, when you were insulting, when you were just like talking about twisters, like he didn't matter, and he said something about it being disappointing. Is like, what did you say? Something like, "Yeah, I'm sure all 12 fans were upset."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he didn't appreciate that one.
That's funny.
So, want to also give love to our good buddy, the Archduke Kevy, who started the comic character of the day site. I post the cover every day. He posts the character of the day, which was Captain Comet, one of my favorites, Adam Blake. I post a cover of the day, and then our man over there, Dan Kelly, he posts question of the day, but even better, he posts a random panel of the day. And today it was a random panel that could suck a watermelon through a straw. It was amazing. It was absolutely supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It was.
Oh, there's a beast one coming up that I think you'll really enjoy.
I probably will if he's talking about his foursome, and him getting laid with the Avengers in a way he never did with the X-Men. I am all for it.
There's some innuendo in it, but it's not about that.
Well, innuendo's good. Innuendo in your driveway, in your door. I'm good either way. And also, Kev started a site, Safe Space. Is that it?
Safe Space, yes.
Safe Space for people. He's doing the work of the angels there. If you need someone to talk to, if your things aren't going right and you just need a sympathetic ear, it's a place where people you can talk to, and they will have your back there. So please go check them out there. And one little commemoration of note I want to give this week is December 24th, or was it the 25th, was the 100th anniversary of the birth of Mr. Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone. So nice. One of my heroes in life, one of my favorite ever writers and creators of wonderful content that to this day, the Twilight Zone is still my favorite show. And he didn't just write that. He won 5 Emmys, and he won 3 of them for live television dramas that weren't even Twilight Zone. So the man was gifted. And, one of our favorite screenplays was he wrote the Planet of the Apes screenplay with that great ending to it. So Rod Serling, genius, died on the operating table at 50 years old. And we were robbed of so many great stories that man had left to tell. So also World War II vet. So Rod Serling, 100 years ago he was born, and he gave this world a creative jolt that very few can match. So I want to give him some love. So being said, let me kick it back up to the Slabatorium there, and our Sal the Slab guy, who will introduce our very, very special guest. But thank you for that.
No problem. Thank you, Gary. And of course, we have a special guest tonight right over here. It is Hagen from Latest Comics, baby. Tell us about yourself, Hagen.
Hey, so I don't know how to read. I enjoy long walks on the beach.
There you go.
I can't stand Namor the Submariner.
Fair.
He's a dick.
And I'm on YouTube at Lettuce Comics. I'm on Instagram at Lettuce Comics. I'm on OnlyFans at Lettuce Feet.
Nice.
And I think that there are several there are unsupported subreddits for me, and there are some supported subreddits for me, all of which have to do with never photographed before parts of my body. So that's
for comics, he's lettuce. For OnlyFans, he's let ass.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I like that.
That's the one. That's why I had to put pants on for this, is because normally you have to pay the monthly subscription fee.
So, so you're showing never before seen parts. So does that mean you're posting colonoscopy pictures?
That's going to be a special tier.
Special tears.
Specifically the tears that I cry, but yeah, that's something else.
That's right, because if you don't have anesthesia, there will be tears. That's for sure.
Or anesthesia.
I was gonna say anesthesia.
Oh, I saw what you did there. Yeah.
Wow.
I can get behind a guy like you that's on top with all these jokes. Very good.
I love being on the show. I just get to let my hair down.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to get behind them and make that content.
True genius, Booge. True genius. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very good.
Remember that scene in Fletch when he's interrogating the doctor and he bends over? He's like, "Whoa!" Using the whole. What did he say? He's like using the whole
fist there, doc. That was a great movie. All right, guys, you ready to kick off this show? Let's go live. Well, we are live, but let's kick it off. Let's get with the regular stuff. But let's have some groovy bass tones and then our intro. So we'll see you guys in about a minute.
Run upstairs, grab another drink.
Do it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Codex Station's Comics Unleashed, the After Dark version. I am your host, Sal the Slab Guy. We have a special guest star right there. His name is Hagen from Lettuce Comics. And of course, we've got Dan the Man Kelly Art right there, and the Ric Flair of comics right below. How you guys doing? Are you ready for some pulls and stuff like that this week?
Well, from the conversation we were just having, I think.
Yeah. What pulls you talking about?
Ready for some
pulls. Oh, I'm talking about all the pulls that are going to happen tonight.
Wow. Well, all right. Well, let's get that party started.
Hagen, would you like to go first and show off your mystery box, or would you like to go last?
I'll go first. Sure.
Do it. Let's get the big screen here. Hang on.
Yeah. That's not me. That's me. My wife for Christmas got me a mystery box that she found off of Instagram, and the guy said that it was going to be an all Captain America mystery box. That's why she picked him.
Oh, nice.
and so we're going to start with the first thing that I pulled, which was Silk #1.
That doesn't look like Captain America.
Show that again.
Yeah, that didn't look like Captain America.
Silk #1.
No, yeah, don't
see Captain America on that one.
Red and blue there.
What about Fantastic Four #5?
Oh wait, no, not there.
No cap.
Okay, hold on a second. What about Extremis?
Wait a minute now. Hold on a second. No, he's not in that.
So, giving up the ghost a little bit, but I think the guy sent her the wrong thing. So I opened it up. She hadn't told me what was going on. And I mean, my wife got me comic books. Like, I'm genuinely excited.
Yeah, you can't be upset about that.
No matter what it is. And I told her that, like, I loved it. And she was kind of, miffed that it wasn't exactly what she ordered. But I told her, like, if the guy cares about his business at all, like, send him a message, and then I get 2 boxes. So she's done that. We'll see what happens.
Okay, all right.
The next one is this.
That's a cool cover, though.
But that's a great cover.
That's the thing, is that
is a great cover.
This isn't stuff that I would normally collect, but there is some really cool stuff in here. In particular, like, I really like this Robin number 16.
That's a nice cover too. Yeah.
That was a short series, but it was a great series.
And then you've got Iceman #1. There were a lot of #1s in this. They're newer #1s, but, like, I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah.
And you've got
there you go.
None.
Kate's Thor #6.
That was a good one too.
Also, this in here.
Okay.
A Blood Hunt #1. And this cool, like, Western inspired cover, a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. I really like the sun in the background.
I do too.
I got to invest in a better web camera, guys. The colors on this just don't do, like, any of this justice, because, like, this looks a lot better in my hands than it does on camera.
You say it looks a lot bigger in your hands?
I've given up on that trick. It's never worked once. And then this
great cover.
Beyond 1 of 6.
Cool cover.
Yeah, that's good.
Super sick. And Theo, I'm doing something, bud. Sorry, that's my dog.
That's all right.
And
so were there any caps in this lot at all? Oh wow.
Deathstroke versus Batman number 32. Like none of these are bad, I don't think, except for the Fantastic Four. And I did tell her that. I was like, I just don't like Fantastic Four. But
at least wasn't that the Matt Fraction Mark Bagley run? At least the artwork's nice.
Well, at least it wasn't the Johnny Storm banging a centipede one.
Yeah.
I mean that happened this year.
And that's at least nice to look at.
Yeah. The inside art I think is better than the cover art, which you don't see super often.
True.
And then 3 more. We've got Justice League Unlimited, All In number 1.
That's the first issue. That was a good book.
And Tiger Division number 1, which I think is Peach Momoko. Looks like Peach Momoko.
Let me say something to Pam real quick. Pam, I'm glad you're with us because the showcase will be something that you'll be very happy about tonight.
Ooh, all right.
And the last one, my favorite, is
that's great.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a cool cover.
This is super cool. Do you guys know the name of the squirrel Green Lantern?
Chip.
Well, is it Chip or is it a different one now? Because didn't Chip get?
Chip did get smashed by a truck on Mosaics. Mosaic World with Johnson.
Yeah.
Chip.
I don't know if they retconned that or not.
Yeah,
Chip got chopped.
Chip is a great name.
Here's trouble.
Chris is in the house.
I texted the devil, and damn if he didn't show up.
At least Chris won't have any pants on.
Listen, he came over the other day, and he was wearing pants, and I was very impressed. Hagen, I love
nothing
your
else, bro.
Nothing else. I love your treasuries that you're showing off. You got the DC Santa treasury, and you got one of the Marvel holiday ones. Good job. I love to see that.
You can see the space here in the middle is where my Avengers 4 normally is, but I took it down because end of the year shows. I'm showing it off on everything that I can. I do have 2 more things to show. It's safe and sound. Don't worry, Theo. You are being very rude.
He wants to be on camera.
I do have 2 more things to show. They're not from the mystery box. If we're doing another round of stuff, I'll save it for that. But
do it now.
Oh,
do it now?
Whatever. Well, Sal's running the show. Whatever.
Do it now.
Okay, so this next one isn't a comic book, but it's related to a comic book guy, and I want to talk about him. This is Ambulance to the Front, written by Steven Genter. Now, if you don't know the name Steven Genter, he's Collecto6 on Instagram. He's also Steven from Comic Collector Geeks live streams. He shows off like a bunch of cool stuff. If you didn't see last night's show, I was supposed to be on it, but very inconveniently, my wife was born 29 years ago, and so we had to go. We had to go have a birthday dinner for her. So more than happy to do that. But on that stream, Dan, you'll be most interested in this. That man traded. That man traded for a Captain America number 1. Yes, that one. And he texted me about it. He sent me pictures. He tells the whole story there. So not to, eschew focus from you guys' channel, but when you guys are done with this and consuming every Codex Station video that there is twice, go watch that stream because it was absolutely awesome. So
what did he
I wanted
trade?
to talk about Steven. He traded a bunch of Bronze Age keys. The ones that I remember are first appearance of Sabretooth, first Thanos, first Blade, X-Men 94. These are all like in super high grade, like 9.2s or higher. The biggest book that he traded, the 2 biggest books, one was the Batman Gothos Mansion comic book. I don't remember the number, but you know the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
it's the homage to Detective 31.
Yep, that and the biggest book was an AF-15 and a 6.5. Wow. But it was a whole bunch of stuff. But they were like, I'll let him explain it, but they were newer books, and he traded them for a golden age grail of a thing. So it's just awesome. It's just an awesome story.
Was that cap raw or was it graded?
It was graded in a 1.8. It's just a hell of a thing.
I made that trade too. We saw one at Baltimore. They had the Ruben Blades collection there, which is just, man, you want to talk about crazy collections. The one that he has that of the stuff with the stuff he's choosing to sell is amazing.
Yeah. So the biggest book that I got recently, the last thing that I'll show, isn't a Cap 1. But it is. I got this for $27 at a Black Friday sale that my LCS was doing, and it's this.
Nice.
It's Avengers number 55.
Nice.
I showed this off very briefly on my channel. It's got like some water damage. It's like a 2.5. Maybe a 2. It's low grade, but I don't care. It's the first appearance of Ultron, and it was $27. Like,
there you go. Classic John Buscema cover.
Yeah.
And
Dan, what do you say about no grade? Huh?
Oh yeah, low grade's better than no grade.
There you go.
That's right where I live. If I like it, if it passes like the eye test to me, I don't care.
Yeah. I'm infinitely jealous of that Avengers 4. As soon as you came on, I was going to say something. Looking behind you, I was like, "Where is it? It's not there."
We want to see it.
You know,
Avengers 4.
That Batman. There it is.
Yes.
That Batman is 227. That is the homage to
227
to Batman 31 or Detective 31, and that Detective 31, the original, that's coming out as a facsimile in a couple months. I can't wait to grab it. To have that cover. I hope everybody does. Yeah.
Yeah. There are some books that I won't grab facsimiles of because it's within the realm of possibility that I could own them. Like Marvel's doing that a lot now with some books that aren't gigantic, but just have really cool covers. I want a facsimile of Cap 1 like nobody's business, but I don't know if it's a rights issue because it was timely and then whatever, but they don't seem to be doing it. So this guy here, the Marvel Milestone, is the closest that I'm going to be able to get to it until I buy they do like repro covers, and I'll butcher some like stapled together pieces of newspaper and pretend like I have one and set it up behind me.
There you go.
But yeah. So that's the stuff that I got, and you guys gave me an in to show my Avengers 4.
You should always show that. That is a great.
Always.
You should lead off with that and end with that.
One of my goals for next year is going to be that I want to get a high-end key. My top one at the top of that list would be Avengers 4 because I'm working on trying to do a complete run of Avengers Volume 1. And I've already got some of the big ones. I've got like First Wonder Man, First Vision, First Black Knight and some of them, but 1 and 4 are going to be the two tough ones. But I'm like you, Captain America is my favorite character, so that 4, like that's the main one.
Yeah. I mean, you see me sitting here like cradling it like a little baby. Like this is I think I told you guys this, but when I bought the book, I brought it home and I set it down here on my desk because I have a little stand. I just stared at it for probably 30 uninterrupted minutes. And then my wife asked me to do something and I went and did the thing. And then I came back here and I stared at it for another like 30 minutes. It's just great.
And you experienced what the Grinch experienced when his heart expanded, right? It grew all those sizes because you had that beautiful book in your possession.
Yeah, my doctor told me that I needed to go get that checked out, and I told him that he didn't understand what I was going through.
That's exactly right.
You don't need that type of heart condition.
I was trying to find one at Baltimore Comic-Con, and I found some affordable ones, but the two that were at one stand, one of them was that's awesome.
Oh, Richard, that's a hell of a run of events. Yeah. Nice, baby. Nice.
So the one place had they had an $800 copy that was beautiful condition. The only negative on it,
it's going right back up there.
Look at that.
The only negative on it was right above the title, where you can get stamps with your name on it. It was like a stamp of the name of the kid, whoever had it. It was like Richie Douglas or something. I saw it and I was like, oh, goddamn you, Richie Douglas. Because it was beautiful other than that. And the woman at the stand was like, yeah, that's what everyone says.
It sucks that it wasn't some kid named like Danny or Daniel or Dan or whatever, because that should have been like an instant buy. But nobody else out there is named Hagen, so I'm never going to run into that.
And then they had a $500 copy that was nice, except for on the cover, the corner box was cut out, and it was cut out perfectly straight. And I was like, I could live with that for $500, but he also cut Iron Man completely off the cover too. Gary saw the book with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can live with missing the corner box. I can't live with one of the main characters just completely cut off of the cover.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait. Because I mean, I've seen like 2 5s and 2 0s, 1 8s that present really well, going for like $700-800 on like my comic shop. Yeah. And so you can send offers for that, and don't buy once, cry once. I have that like philosophy with a bunch of my hobbies. So like I do, you can't see off to my left here, but I do sim racing. And so I've got like this pretend race car cockpit with the steering wheel and pedals. And I could have gotten like the entry level cheapo stuff, or I could have saved up a little bit more and gotten something that would make me really, really happy for a long, long time. Yeah. And I know that if like, because they had an issue at not at the con that I went to, but they had an issue before that where somebody had cut out Cap, and like you could see the splash page behind it, and it was very cheap because you're missing the most important part of the cover. Right. It was very cheap, and I would have had the book, but like there would have been something in me that was like, I need to fix this. I don't have that with that book. Like it was wrinkled. The staples are on the back of the thing. Like they're not even on the spine. They're on the back. So there's this weird like kind of spine roll. The spine's really weak, but I don't care. I don't care at all. Like that's the level that I'm happy at, not looking to upgrade ever, certainly not going to trade or sell. And I just know that if I had settled, like I wouldn't have that satisfaction, I guess. So just wait. And if you want me to send you stuff that I find, because I can just reactivate those saved searches, I'd be happy to do that.
My advice to people is always, when you're looking for a book, if you can find a defect you can live with that lowers the price to make it affordable, that's great. Mm-hmm. But it's got to be something that when you look at that book, your eyes don't immediately go there and go, damn. It's got it's got to be something that you have to make sure you can live with before you make that purchase.
If it's in a slab, the thing that I look for are detached centerfolds, pop staples, or detached covers. I know that's a big deal and it lowers the grade a lot. But if it's in a slab,
you're not opening it anyway.
Absolutely. If it's in a bag of a board, you're not going to notice.
Right, and it's the same thing with the Hulk 181. If the value stamp is cut out, well, that's going to drop the value. That's going to drop it down a whole lot and give you a great looking book to look at, and you'll never see it.
Yeah, I'm totally there. Now there are some people that, there are some people that collect differently than me, and that's just how it is. And they can go after like the big, really, really expensive stuff. I'm really, really happy with this book that looks like it was loved by a kid stuck in a shoebox and it lived its life. I'm genuinely happy with that. So different strokes for different folks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I say low grade better than no grade. I still want a book. I don't necessarily want a book that looks like it was chewed on by the neighbor's dog, but I want it's got to look decent, but I would rather pay $100 for a beat up copy of something than pay $800 or $1,000 for a pristine copy, because I don't have the $1,000, but I could swing the 100.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
I was going to say this too, for Sonny. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make us strong. They heal our hearts. For you, it's unfortunate they will not heal your action figures.
Yeah.
Well, so some things are beyond what science can heal.
True. All right, Dad, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So I got the new releases that we picked up at the shop. I'll start with the Marvel stuff. First one was one of the free books. Marvel's putting out these Marvel must-haves, and they're doing them for free. They put like various 3 issues a mix of old stuff and new stuff in them. But hey, it's a free comic book. So this has Hulk issue 3 from the Ed McGuinness run. It has Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider #1, and Daredevil 227. So, I mean, you know what? It's free. It's fun. It's a great way to, to get exposure to a lot of different stuff that you might not normally pick up otherwise. So,
yeah,
that's really cool.
I got Ultimate Black Panther #11. This series has been, it was pretty good to start, but it's just been kind of okay recently. I think I'm going to drop a few books off my pull list soon, and that's going to be one of them. Mystique #3. Been digging this one so far.
I like that cover.
Yeah. West Coast Avengers 2. I'm a big West Coast Avengers fan, so I will enjoy this book until it inevitably gets canceled after 10 issues. Or whatever Marvel's threshold is now, because they just introduced a whole bunch of new books, and most of them unfortunately aren't going to sell. Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #3.
Great cover.
Yeah, pretty vicious looking cover. This one, I know Gary, I know we all been waiting for it. I was very excited to get this finally. Hell Hunters #1.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to it.
It was a really cool issue, and it shows the cover at the end for the next issue, which looks badass. And yeah, this did not disappoint. So I'm excited to see where this goes, and I hope that this series lasts for a while. Because I mean, who doesn't want to? How can you go wrong with a book about a supernatural spirit of vengeance killing Nazis?
Yeah.
I agree. Talking Geek, West Coast Avengers is great. It took me years to complete my West Coast Avengers run, and I've said it before. It's because the books were so worthless that vendors just didn't bother to carry them. So when I got down to like that last 2 or 3 issues, it took me a long time to find them. And then WandaVision comes out, and all of a sudden now all these books are like on the back walls of dealers, and I'm glad I finished my run a while ago.
Yeah, the first appearance of White Vision shot up by like 2,000%, something crazy like that.
Yeah, when you look at that series, there's so many. The Vision changed to White Vision. Him and Scarlet Witch broke up. They brought the original Human Torch back. It was the first U.S. agent it was the first John Walker in the U.S. agent costume, going by the name U.S. Agent. It introduced the new Living Lightning. There were a bunch of new characters. It did all the stuff with Wanda and the kids, disappearing Master Pandemonium. The stuff with Mockingbird and the Old West. Like there's so many other things too. I always thought it was undervalued. But Boo. So Hell Hunters is a spinoff of those 3 issues of Hulk that introduced the Ghost Rider 44, and this is showing his origin in World War II.
Shoots hellfire from a bazooka. How can you go wrong with that?
Badass.
Absolutely.
And Philip Kennedy Johnson, personal friend, so we always want to support him too.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where the series goes. Johnny Quest #5 wraps up the storyline from the first story arc, and it said the next issue is not coming out till March. That's one of the I only had time to read like 2 books, and Hell Hunters I wanted to read immediately, and then I read Johnny Quest 2. Void Rivals 15. The guy Obed at the Shot Me and Sourdough who did not care for it because he hates Hot Rod because Hot Rod got Prime killed in Transformers the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, check it out. What are the issues of Hulk that he appeared in? It was like 7, 8, and 9, wasn't it?
7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in
there. Yeah, but he's on the cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that line too, right? At the end of the stuff when he looks at the kid and he's like, "Hey, you got a cigarette?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, yeah. As you can see, I'm into the indie stuff now. The Hornsby and Halo #2. Like the first issue. Interested to see where the second one goes. Red Coat 8. This book's been phenomenal.
Love it.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. And I'm surprised that it's actually shipped on a regular schedule because, Brian Hitch is not known for producing art in a timely manner all the time. So he must have had a good lead on it. Geiger number 9, another one. Love all the Ghost Machine stuff.
I do too.
Yeah, and then on to the DC stuff. Superman 21. Not really digging the whole Lois as Wonder, Superwoman thing. Honestly, I hope that it doesn't last long. What's up, Wes?
Hey, Wes, how you doing,
Wes?
Yeah, I don't really dig the whole thing with Wonder Woman or with Lois having superpowers. Hopefully, it doesn't last long. It just, I just don't like the dynamic of Superman, being with another super person. When they've done it with Wonder Woman or Maxima or that, it's better when he has someone to keep him grounded.
You want him to bang a mortal chick that he might accidentally break. I see what you want.
Well, it also goes to the thing too that not every supporting character has to have superpowers.
Sure.
That's very true.
Green Arrow 19. That's a pretty cool cover. Batman. This is a mouthful of a title. Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, number 4.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I make sure because they have the multiple covers for each one of these. I make sure to always pick up the Tim Sale cover because that just feels right.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, you're right, Richard. MJ and Lois having powers, just they don't need them.
I think that they're strong enough characters to where they don't need them. That's part of the thing that people like about them.
Right? Yeah. Detective Comics 1092. I did not like the Ram V run. I'm absolutely loving what the new creative team is doing on it. Just this has become one of my favorite books every month now. Absolutely love it. And then the final issue, Hagen showed off Justice League Unlimited 1. Here's Justice League Unlimited 2. Love it. I don't know when Dan Moore sleeps because he's drawing this and he's also drawing Superman. And it's not just that he's penciling it, he's doing the pencils and the inks. So I guess he just doesn't sleep. I don't know. Either that or he is, the fastest artist there is. But yeah, that's all my new stuff, and I'll show the Christmas stuff when we swing back around.
All right.
All right, Gary, do you want to show your stuff?
Sure. So all right. Let's start out with some X-Men action. This is the Exceptional X-Men. Not sure why I'm getting it, but I've kind of liked it, so there you go.
That's always great to hear with a new book. Not really sure why I'm buying this,
but I liked it. It's kept me interested. I got this book.
Yeah, that's true.
I got this book right here because I wasn't going to get it. Then I looked at it, and there was a couple really, really violent scenes in it that made me go, yeah, I can get behind that. So, like that.
The cover's cool.
Yeah, the cover's cool. The interior art's pretty good. There might have been a head ripped off, so that's always great.
I didn't see that one. They must have sold out of it by the time we got to the shop.
And we've talked about West Coast Avengers. Here's the new book. I'm not sure about this lineup, but if it says West Coast Avengers, I'm gonna have to buy it anyway.
Have you read the first issue of West Coast Avengers, Hagen?
I have not, no.
Because one of the team members in it is Ultron.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't trust Ultron, so there we go. But maybe that's
the one good one.
Yep, Iron Man. Yep. Sal's title that he loves, the Amazing Spider-Man, who is a sorcerer supreme Doobie assistant. Yeah, Doobie assistant. Also,
I like it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's not terrible. Hellhunters #1.
Yes.
Hellhunters #1.
Nice.
Like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
The rearview mirror, Hellhunter. I mean, that. You don't want to see that in your mirror.
You do not.
The only thing worse than that might be seeing the Spectre in your mirror.
Right.
Yeah. And how about a 1 in 25 Hellhunters #1?
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, how about
That's kind of reminiscent of that Hulk cover.
it? Sure is. So, got 3 copies of that bad boy. So, of the the title, not 3 copies of the 1 in 25, but only needed 1. Mike was able to snag one too. All right, let's go independent.
Yeah, I'll agree with that to an extent, Richard. Sometimes, some of the character turns from being villains to heroes I actually like Juggernaut as a member of the X-Men. There's a couple others, but yeah, not every villain needs a redemption arc.
Right. Yep. I agree with that. To support good dude that Dan and I interviewed, Jimmy Palmiotti's Gunslinger, Tales from the Gunslinger.
Yeah.
So wanted to support that.
You'll like that issue. That's the first one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That's really good.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. So I got 2 covers of that. All right, I have to be really careful with this one. Heat Seeker. One of the variant.
I bet you love putting your hands there.
I do, and you know what? It's chilly outside. She's outside. It's snowing, so her little nose is red, and some other things might be really perky right now that I'm covering up. So anyway, it's my sacrifice for you.
Oh
so,
yes,
we need to get some rights to play some copyrighted music, so we can just have Careless Whisper play in the background whenever you show those off.
Someone started a GoFundMe for this poor girl's coat.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe she could use a red coat. Maybe that would help.
There you go.
There you
go. Oh,
see what we did there?
Fuck you.
That was just on point, wasn't it? Nice.
That was on point.
That was on point, baby. All right, got some Geiger.
Nice.
I dig the go-go checks on these books. I love the old go-go checks.
Chris wants to know if that's a Braille cover.
Yep. There we go. Creep Show.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Like the idiot that was in the Crypt of Terror or Vault of Horror, whichever it was, where he's playing cards with a zombie, werewolf, and and a devil. That's all you stupid. It's in a Braille cover. Yeah, it was. And you would not believe what she was telling me. All right. Yeah, my fingers got in the way. I know. I hate it when that happens. Johnny Quest, here's another cover. I've had nightmares like this. Floating steps into nothingness. Okay.
And talking about my life.
There you go. This one I don't have to cover up because you really don't see anything. It's a shadow. Minky Woodcock, the girl called Kaluto. Look at that.
That's not a photo cover, is it?
No. It is not, but it sure looks awesome. It's not a photo
really
cover.
Close.
Yep.
That's really close to the photo cover.
It sure does.
That art style is really cool.
It is pretty amazing. I got this book, Dust to Dust, that looks really good. J.G. Jones, Bill Graham.
Oh, I wanted to get that. I didn't realize it was out already. He talked about that when I did the interview with him months ago.
Look at that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I gotta write that down because I missed it.
Actually, Gary's shop still has that. I saw it today.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I'm taking Emily to. I'm taking my daughter to. It's not Sky Zone tomorrow. What is it? Urban Air, and it's in Frederick, so I might have to stop by the Frederick shop and see if they have it.
Yeah, they should have one. They get more copies of stuff than we get. So yeah, go see it. Also Hornsby and Halo, and also Gun Honey Collision Course collected. And these movies, Heat Seeker, Gun Honey, they're all, if you've ever seen the cheesy movies in the early 80s, like Hard Ticket to Hawaii and those things, that is exactly what this is. So I'd show you a page of the interior art, but I have to find one with no nudity. This could take a while.
Just find the ones that aren't stuck together.
Yeah.
There you go. That'll help. How about that?
Nice.
There you go.
I don't know how she runs with them things. So anyway, good stuff there. Oh, one more independent book. Gotta let my fingers do the walking again. Okay,
Oh gosh.
Hold on. Don't want to show you anything. Penthouse Comics. There you go. So
now that's a photo cover.
That's a photo cover.
that is, and I'm reading this for the articles.
Yeah.
that article was amazing. But actually, it is. They do have comics in here. So,
okay.
There you go. Comics and nudity. There you go.
Yeah, look at that. You get a free comic with your porn.
That's right. You know what? There are things in life that are worthwhile. That would be one. Comics and porn. You know, I think that's just as American as it gets. All right. So let's go.
That's what I might call my autobiography.
Comics and porn. All right.
It's going to be in a divorce bracket somewhere.
All right. Absolute Wonder Woman #3 at the shop at Comic Logic this week. This was I think this was the unanimous pick for the book of the week by the entire staff. Now, I haven't read issue 3 yet, but this is my favorite of the Absolute titles, and I am loving this book. So this issue got a huge rave, and I can't wait to read it. Here's an alternate cover for it.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, is that the one by Dan Panosian?
This cover, I'm not sure that this cover is. I don't see the.
I saw something. There's someone that was.
No, this isn't his signature, so I'm not sure who's doing. But Panosian is doing a couple Catwoman covers that are really amazing.
Well, and I saw something on Twitter, which is just a cesspool, but it's somebody that is accusing him of using AI for his art, and they just put out like a couple pictures, and one of them was an Absolute Wonder Woman cover, and then everyone is in the comments is going on there like, even other creators like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? This guy's been a professional for 20 years, and some people are saying he posted the pencils and inks of this before the cover was finished. You're full of it, and so I don't know if that's going to be the next big.
So I looked it up. The cover artist for that issue was Ariel Diaz.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, because I didn't see the Panosian signature. Got the new Harley Quinn. You know what? I'm really not enjoying this book, but when you have every issue of every damn Harley Quinn book, you keep getting them. But I got this cover because I love that cover.
Yeah, that's a good cover. I like that one.
That's fun cover. So get it. Green Arrow, like Dan, get the Green Arrow cover. But
yep.
I also got the phallic variant cover.
There you go.
Yep. So usually when you have that problem, I think penicillin works really good. So,
from what I hear.
Yeah, from what I hear.
What was that line from Bad Santa? When Billy Bob Thornton said to the kid, he's like, I loved a woman who wasn't clean.
Yeah, I love the woman who wasn't clean. That's right. God, that I love that movie so much. Action Comics, the little Phantom Zone stuff happening on. What may be the alternate cover to this action? What may be the perfect Superman cover?
Yeah, that's a good cover.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that great? Very reminiscent of the great Adam Hughes Power Girl cover where she's just floating on the cloud and as the her cape is all billowing around her. But this is just,
nobody paid attention to her cape in that cover.
Well, I kind of did, but I take in the whole thing. That is pretty, Chris. Speaking of Power Girl, there we go.
Still got her in that stupid jacket.
Yeah, she's wearing the jacket, but she still got the boob window. Boob window hasn't closed. There goes some Dotson.
Nice.
Dotson Power Girl cover.
I think that the way that they made the boob window, like they tried to make it a character thing. It was almost laughably funny.
Oh yeah, when she got really, when she was crying, she's like, I always thought I'd have a symbol to put there like Superman, but I never came up with one. No, that was dumb.
They did have a JSA issue where she was talking to some of the other younger members, and she was kind of mentoring them. She says, you know what? Show them what you got. And so there you go. I like that much better.
Yeah. There was another one where she was talking about it doesn't degrade me. It degrades them staring. It's like, you know what? When you go into a fight, you need every advantage you can get. And if they're staring at that, they're not paying attention to other stuff.
There you go. So I like this cover a lot too. Nice.
That's great.
Very confident. It
kind of looks like that one in that one. Oh, what was that one? She was one of the original American Gladiators. I can't remember what she is, but that kind of reminds me of her.
There's JLA 2, or Justice League Unlimited 2, rather. Sydney Sweeney as Power Girl. She could be.
I can support that.
I'd like to support that. I would love to support that.
She has the range.
Yeah. She has the lung capacity.
The depth.
The depth of character. Tell you what, she won't drown.
No, she won't.
She will not drown. There's Flash, and look where they're going.
Oh yeah,
Warlord fans.
Yeah, Warlord fans. Yeah.
God, that new costume of his just sucks. So
yeah, it does. But you know what? I'm still going to buy every damn issue of that book.
Yeah.
So, Metamorpho. I'm looking forward to reading this.
Is that the first one?
That is number 1.
Yep.
All right, Superman.
It's interesting what they're doing with Doomsday in that now.
It's interesting who Doomsday is in the future.
But I also remember though that they've revealed that character at other times to be someone else that was already a pre-established character. So
well, they have, but they haven't used him in a while. But I like that. I dig that character. So
yeah.
I thought that character was very interesting.
Yeah.
Might see that character later on. Anyway, here we go. DC Horror.
That's
anthology. The Silent Night 5. And what we got? Black Canary. I like this cover.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Interesting first issue. This is the second issue. Interesting first issue that Tom King wrote. We'll see where it goes. Also, Batman Long Halloween, blah, 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 blah. And it's also the Tim Sale cover. But, because I did like one of the alternate covers, I got that too.
Oh, that's a good cover. I like that.
Nice.
So class. I love the bat thing with the pumpkin. Yeah. So that kind of sealed the deal for me. And then a book that's not late at all. Here we go.
Yeah.
Gordon. Thankfully, I didn't read the first 2 issues that were, I don't know, 8-9 months ago. So I haven't forgotten anything because I hadn't read the first 2 issues. So that's good.
I mean, how long ago was it that the Superman Last Days of Lex Luthor #1 came out? And we've yet to see #2. It's been at least 6 months.
It's been a while.
Yep.
And there we go. Batman, Brave and the Bold. I really like this title. It's fun. It's got, different stories, different characters that rotate, so it's, it's good, fun stuff. So I dig Batman, Brave and the Bold titles. So that's it for new stuff. And like Dan, I have a treasure trove of Christmas goodies. So I can't wait to show those off.
All right. So I will go next with my pools. And we'll start off with Marvel. I picked up Time Slide #1.
Ooh.
Who doesn't like some time travel in action, huh?
Now, is that just a one-shot or an ongoing? Because I know Cable's getting his own series again.
I think it's not. I don't think it's a one-shot, but I think it's going to be a mini for sure. I'll have to look that up. I'm going to see if there's actually anything in the back that may say something. Nope, doesn't look like it.
In the next couple months, there's another Wolverine kind of team-up book that's going to have Wolverine, Cable, Deadpool, Chamber, and Thunderbird in it.
Oh, nice.
That's an interesting roster.
Yeah, it is.
So I got some Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #3.
Well, it's funny to have Thunderbird there because the reason that they killed Thunderbird originally was because
Wolverine.
it was too similar to Wolverine, and they're like, well, Wolverine's already established, so
They were redundant. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I also picked up Sabretooth That Don't Talk.
Yep. Did you look inside that, Dan?
I have not looked inside that at all.
Cell. Yeah.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
It was the violence inside that intrigued me.
I will like that. Mm-hmm. I also picked up Exceptional X-Men.
So you read it too?
Yeah, I am.
Why? I know. I'm not sure why, but do you know?
It's okay for me.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not hating it, but I'm not really loving it either.
Yep, I'm with you.
X-Men #9, and of course, got to pick me up my Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Zeb Wells is off of that, it's much better. I also have Iron Man #3. Check out that huge ass sword he's swinging there. Picked up Void Rivals and Obed's favorite character.
Yeah. Obed was like getting mad at me almost. I told him I was like, yeah, I want to cut back some titles. He's like, oh, well, just wait till the trades come out. I'm like, I don't really like reading trades. I like single issues. Like, well, read them online. It's like, I don't really like reading stuff online. He's like, what are you complaining about then? I'm like, I'm not. I'm just telling you. I'm
just bitching, man. Just let me bitch.
I'm just telling you. I think I'm gonna drop a few issues off my pull list.
All right, since Dan and you guys have raved about this, I went ahead and picked this up.
Did you read it yet?
Not yet.
I haven't read it yet either. I'm one Marvel away from the past couple weeks. Marvel being caught up, all the independents. I still got 2 weeks of DCs to read.
So I got
know what you guys think after you read it. I thought it was awesome.
Okay, so picked up Detective as well. I also have the same problem as Gary with the
phallic,
burning there.
The burning phallic.
Burning phallic. Silent Night Returns #5.
That's right.
How do you slab online books?
You don't, man. That's the problem.
That's a Sal problem.
You know how Sal does it? Sal sends his entire laptop. He downloads the issue on there, puts it up as a screensaver, and then sends the whole laptop to CGC.
Yeah. Sal's gonna have the only 9.8 NFT in the entire fucking world.
and I will love it. So I picked up Green Lantern Dark #2, and this is the variant cover to that.
Nice.
That is good.
All right. So that's my pools for this week. But I will kick it over to Dan. Let Dan show off the back issues and other stuff he's picked up.
So Hagen, you showed off all your stuff, right?
Yeah, well, but I have the 3 series that I'm pulling. I don't think they're the most recent ones, but they are the most recent ones that I've been able to pick up. So just because you guys were showing off new stuff, I was going to show off the stuff that I've got on my pull list. But we can,
let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it.
Well, I only have 3 series that are being pulled right now.
I can guess what one of them is.
You do know what one of them is. I'll do that one last. One of them is the current Transformers run, which I'm just having a blast reading.
It's fun, man.
It's so fun. It's it's ridiculously fun. And this is the more recent issue, so I'll show this one. Nice House by the Sea.
I love that. Is a good book.
Megatron's arm, like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm really digging Nice House by the Sea. I really am liking it.
I tore through Nice House by the Lake or Nice House on the Lake, whichever one, the lake one.
Right.
I tore through that one in like a day because it was so good. I went and rented got a loan for the trade at my library. And then I immediately started pulling Nice House by the Sea because it was coming out like that next week or something. But yeah, I'm really loving it. It's everything that I want in like a post-apocalypse story. It's just so fun. And then the last one is this. It's Captain America #15. Now, Dan, I'm not fully caught up on this. I think I've read up to 12, I think. How are you feeling about this run?
I like it. I like it more than the last run. Though the run before the last run, was it Coach that was writing it? I couldn't stand it. Like Cap was,
really.
I didn't like it. I thought Cap was more of a side character in his own book. The last run of it, I actually enjoyed a lot. I really dug the art in it. I like how it had Cap connecting with just like his neighbors and normal kind of everyday people, and it had him, showed him doing the art stuff again. When it got into the big conspiracy thing, I thought that, I don't know if I want to say it felt rushed, but it felt a little bit confusing at times.
It felt super rushed. I'll say it.
Like
I thought it was rushed.
It should have been extended longer, but I also feel like they probably, maybe they were telling the writer like, hey, this is what it's going to, and then it's done. So you gotta get to it. But it felt like it's one of those storylines that would have done better as like being a kind of side B story for a while, and then like building it before it, like building up to a main thing.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a lot better than the previous run. And then this run, I really liked it at the start. I thought towards the end of it, I was like, it's kind of dragging a little bit, but that issue, the one you just showed, I absolutely loved that because Straczynski had the long runs on Thor, he had the Amazing Spider-Man, and I love the way. I don't know if you read that one yet.
I haven't gotten to yet. No.
I loved how he did all their personalities when they team up together. How like Thor and Cap and Spidey all play off of each other, and there's a. Gary talked about, me posting random panel of the day on the character of the day page. There's 2 panels coming up that I got from that book.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan from what I've read of it so far. I'm not a huge fan of when Cap deals with like magical stuff. I like him being a more down to earth, like, brew bakery run stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that run was fantastic.
Well, I obviously, but I think that like Thor and Spidey coming in might help my opinion of that, because when Cap has like partners, especially someone like Thor, then the mystical stuff starts to make more sense. But when it's just him on his own, like I love him. He's my favorite character. He's a buff dude with the frisbee. Yeah, he really shouldn't be fighting gods. But so yeah, I mean, I was just curious about your opinion on it. But yeah, those are the only things that I have. New comic books are ungodly expensive, and I would rather take that $6 and spend it in the dollar bin, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah,
fair
enough.
Understandable.
The beginning of the run I really dug, but when it was dealing a lot more with him, like when he was younger. Showing that stuff alongside the modern day stuff. But when it got away from that, and it's him in like the theater and all that stuff, I thought it was a decent storyline, but it drug on too long, which made me just kind of be like, yeah, come on, let's get to the end of this. This isn't really Captain America like. It's the artwork is still gorgeous on it though. So
now that's exactly how I felt about it.
Yeah, but that issue, I think that you'll really enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, it's I pulled it off of my my bedside table, so it's in the rotation for sure.
Nice.
All right, Dan.
All right, so my wife got me a bunch of comic related stuff for Christmas. So, all right, actually, she got me 2 T-shirts. I don't have them here, but I will be, wearing them in upcoming episodes. One of them is a really cool Joker shirt. The other one, she must have gotten Sal's permission, because it's a Venom T-shirt. So she must have gotten his permission to let one go to someone other than him.
Yeah.
She went down. What'd you say?
I said all good.
So she went down to Florida for work a few months ago, and it's right outside Disney Springs. So like she did last year, she went to the Star Wars outpost at Disney Springs, and there's stuff that they sell, like figures and other stuff that they sell there that you can only get there. Some of them you can get online from the Disney store there, but some of them you can only get them if you're physically there. These ones for these droids. So she got me from the Droid Factory R5 ZMOB, which is a zombie droid. I don't know if you can see that without the glare.
Yeah.
So that, and then she got me the RATR3, which is the Christmas tree droid.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute.
And it goes with the Halloween vampire like one that she got me last year. And then last year she got me the Droid Factory Advent Calendar, and then they did a different one this year, so she also got that for me.
Oh, it looks like the Jawa.
Nice.
Jawa
Oh, that's
thing, huh?
cool.
Yeah.
So it's a Droid Advent Calendar, which you're supposed to open up, like any Advent calendar on the lead up to Christmas. and then and then you pull a different piece out each day, and then you can build different droids. But since you gave it to me on Christmas, and I am a nerdy collector, I'm probably not going to open it. I did the one from last year.
An RFB.
Yeah, but you can see some of the droids in it that you can build. They're all kind of Christmas themed.
Nice.
Very cool.
So that those were unexpected to get. Those are pretty cool. She got me this book, which is pretty cool. This Marvel Greatest Comics that built the universe. So this is a nice hardcover, and she was telling me like, yeah, this would be good. You can read it. You can read it on the toilet.
That is not a bathroom book.
Yeah. So it's each chapter is just about a different issue, and then it just goes into a lot of information.
It was Hagen's favorite character right there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Submariner, the only Marvel comic character that predates the entire Marvel comic universe.
Yeah. So each one just does a deep dive on different comics from Marvel's past. Oh, excuse me. So that'll be fun to read. My mother-in-law actually got this for me, which is pretty cool, which is Super Comics Trivia.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, then I'll hit you with one or two to see if you can I haven't really had a chance to go through it yet, so I don't know. I flipped and saw a couple of them, and I was like, well, some of these are kind of easy. That one's pretty easy. Take over. Attempted to take over organized crime in New York in Bendis's New Avengers.
Nope.
You remember? No.
Kingpin? I don't know.
It was the Cow.
Oh, the Cow.
The evil mirror of the Justice League. Its leaders have included Libra and Lex Luthor.
Injustice Society.
Yeah. So it's got a bunch of it's just a bunch of different trivia things. So I want to read through it and just see how many I know off the top, with my head without having to look up the answer. Yeah. So you got me some comics too. Even though I bought this when it came out, as I said before, at some point I had a box of comics and various moves that went missing. So this is one I needed to replace. So she got that for me. Next Wave issue 1. So like I said, I'm annoyed because I bought it when it came out, but now I have it again. So that run is back to being complete. She got me the last few issues I needed to complete my run of Avengers Spotlight. So I got 24.
Nice.
Very cool.
26.
Nice cover. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
29. 31.
Yeah. Good cover too.
39.
I like that.
Yeah.
And,
that's a nice one.
And 40, which is a pretty cool cover too.
That is cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. And then she got me a bunch of issues of Sensational She-Hulk, which now puts me, where did I write my note for? It puts me, now I'm only 17 issues away from completing my Sensational She-Hulk run. So she got me 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 23, 25, which I don't know if I know at some point she did the dirty with Hercules, so I don't know if that was in this issue or not. 35.
Black Talon.
38, which I actually already had this issue, so the one that I had will go into the sell/trade box, and I'll keep the one she gave me, because whenever somebody gifts me a book, even if I already have it, I keep the one that they gave me.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And 41.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sal gave me this. I wasn't expecting anything, but he gave me this, and Hagen will appreciate this too. A CBCS 8.5 graded Captain America 217.
Nice.
Great cover.
Yeah. So again, this was one that I had in the collection, but I didn't have it graded. So the one that I have goes into the sell/trade box, and this one goes into the collection, which is awesome. And it's the first appearance of Marvel Man, who becomes Quasar, the first appearance of Vamp, Blue Streak, and Texas Twister. And it's a cool book. And this puts, one of my collecting goals was to have 20 slabs by the end of the year. This puts me at 19. So I've got a couple days to get one more if I really want to hit that goal. So,
I have 60 issues left of the Captain America Volume 1 run. Nice. 217 is one of them that I am missing. So I've definitely got to keep my eye out for that.
Sound like Dan has one.
You're right. Oh, you need 217?
Not well, yeah, I am missing it, yeah.
I got you.
Like, I wasn't fishing for that. You don't have to do that if you don't.
No, man. Cool. And then
he's got a 117 if you need that too.
And then the last thing she got me is, I was definitely not expecting this, is in a somewhat large box. If you can guess what would be in a box.
Artist edition.
That's right. And this is...
It's a new car.
I actually did get a new car today. Funny.
Oh, yeah.
Since somebody rear-ended and wrecked my other one. But this is...
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is awesome.
So cool.
She knows what a fan of the Rocketeer I am, and Dave Stevens. And the spot gloss that's on this, you can't really see it, I don't think, real well through the camera. But Dave Stevens' art is just magnificent, and seeing it in the size that he drew it, because anyone that doesn't know, that's what the artist editions are, is they take the books and they just do original scans of the original pages and present it, just as it was, without color, just as it was originally done. And seeing it the size that they drew it, it's just amazing. And his art too. His art is so gorgeous to look at. That book I have, and I love that book. Yeah, and it's got the it's got the covers in the back there. Especially this one. I absolutely love this cover.
The Rocketeer is one of those characters that I've seen all my life. I've only started recently reading The Rocketeer, but ever since I was a little kid, I just thought that design was so cool.
It is. And look, you want to talk about someone drawing beautiful women.
Boom. The page with the Betty in the photography place.
Yes, I was actually flipping through trying to find that. I can't remember. I should have
that one's great.
But some of, look at this page. That's awesome. That's
wicked. I love it.
Yes. So this is, even though I've read all these.
For anybody that hasn't seen the Dave Stevens documentary, it is well worth watching.
Oh, it is. It's so great. But this is. I love this. It's fantastic, and I like the box too. I like that it's got the sticker on the box.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I keep all the boxes on all my artist editions too.
I'm definitely keeping that because it's going to help keep the book protected, but it's also just going to look pretty cool too.
The Bernie Wrightson one I have is one of the greatest books that I own. It is fantastic.
Yes, you're right, Booge. It is an all-time great character design. And I'll say this too, as a longtime Rocketeer fan, I actually like the design of the rocket pack in the movie better than I like the one in the comic. I like the one in the comic, but I love how they did the design in the movie. And I'll say this for the movie too, that's about as perfect of a comic adaptation as you can get. It's not an exact, it's not like a panel for panel, word for word thing, but you talk about adapting something and keeping the spirit of it. There's few that keep the spirit of the original work as great as that movie does. And
I agree.
It even does it better than Madam Web.
Oh.
But whenever that movie comes on, whenever it starts, and you just hear the first few notes of that theme they did for it, I love it.
Jennifer Connelly was Betty. Oh my god!
Oh my god, she was gorgeous. Or what was she in the movie? Jenny in the movie.
Jenny.
Because they were afraid that
Betty paid right. Too close.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Oops, okay.
Oh yeah, the movie design was great. They did such a good job casting it, and
yep.
You know, ever since then, whenever I read, the new Rocketeer comics, like, if I, when I'm reading Peavy, that's the voice I hear in my head. When I'm reading, the Rocketeer, like I hear Jennifer Connelly's voice in my head when I'm reading Betty. I hear Billy Campbell's voice when it's the Rocketeer. Like, it's just.
And when Jennifer Connelly's voice is in my ear, the things she whispers to me.
All right.
So that's that's the Christmas haul. I got some great stuff. It was a very fun Christmas morning for me.
There you go. All right, Gary, let's see what you got.
All right, let's start out with some Chris Schwartzlander. I don't know if he's up. He didn't have his pants on and he was high, so he may not be with us anymore. But a couple items from Chris. Got this Iron Man stamp, first day issue.
Oh, that's cool.
Poster from him. So appreciate it, from the Chris Schwartzlander collection. He also got a book that deals with comic history here that I love reading, called Men of Tomorrow, about the birth of the comic books. So it's a prose book. So, I always love to, read about the early history of the medium and how, these disparate writers and artists came together working for these companies and creating these characters during the, the explosion of the superhero books. So
what's the title and author on that again?
Let's see. This one in Eisner Award too. Men of
Richard,
Tomorrow.
too many.
Tomorrow.
Too many, yeah.
No, I don't. Yes, you do. Shut up. Okay, back here. Men of Tomorrow, Geeks, Gangsters, and the Birth of the Comic Book, Gerard Jones. Yeah.
That's so true, man. Very true.
At the time for the Rocketeer, there was only like a handful of books that he was in out at the time. Like
that's because he was so nuts that he couldn't.
Yeah,
it took him 2 months to draw a dog's leg.
He kept redrawing it over and over.
Yeah, he's just insane. But Pam, watch the documentary. The documentary is fantastic. And he got me this Art of Marvel Comics book.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Speaking languages I don't understand. So it's got a lot of the great Marvel art of the past decades. So anyway, I appreciate
was that the Punisher climbing out of the grave for that?
Yes, it was by Wrightson. That was Bernie Wrightson. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's Bernie. Okay, so that's from Chris. One more thing from Chris. He got me a great big Hulk condom. It's a hand puppet. It's a hand puppet. That's what Chris said.
Yeah.
But this
kids are calling it.
Yeah, so that's what the kids are calling it now, but it looks to me like a big green Hulk condom, so
does it come in extra small?
No, I don't think it does. You're gonna have to get the Magnum size, but I'm good with that, so that's really good.
So it come in different colors? Does it come in the red?
There you go. So this is the Imperial toy thing. This is from 1970, 79, 70, 78 or 79, and Chris has never opened it. So, you'd walk around, you'd have the condom in your wallet forever and it'd make the ring because you weren't getting laid. People would have. That was
Chris.
That was Chris. He wasn't getting laid, so he didn't open this. And
because every time he pulled that out, the woman ran away.
Yeah, she ran away. When we talk about sex with superheroes, if you're having sex with Bruce Banner and you got a gal with long fingernails and she scratches his back and it hurts, that is going to be bad for her. Because, to go from Bruce to this, in the act, that can't be good. All right, so that was from Chris, and now we'll go into some gifts that I got from my chillins, from my youngest, I got a set of Bernie Wrightson Frankenstein postcards from. I don't use them. That's exactly right.
Oh, I missed it. Show that again. I was like too busy laughing at Chris's comment.
Oh, this is what Chris said. He doesn't use them. That's right, because you know what?
Oh,
His
wow.
hand is never going to get pregnant. So there we go. Frankenstein postcards from my oldest. So these are all some of these are just taken from the great Frankenstein adaptation of Mary. Not really an adaptation. It's Mary Shelley's prose with about 50 different illustrations that Wrightson did. This took like 5 years of his life, and it's a shame these little postcards. They can't do justice to the Wrightson illustrations. I mean, when you see them, they are just magnificent.
Gorgeous. Are you going to get those little frames for him to put them up?
I don't know that I'll get these framed. I think I'll just keep these like this. But if I found a place where I thought I could put them up, I would. I do have a couple of Wrightson shrine places, but I don't know if that I'd have room to have all these framed. And there's part of the lab scene that's just amazing. I have that big picture of the lab scene, or actually it's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and this is part of the lab scene. Nice. The original of this sold for over $1 million.
The detail in every single one of Bernie Wrightson's pieces that I've seen, that man didn't cut corners at all.
No, even the first one I showed, the blades of straw, the different.
I saw that.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
This lab scene is amazing. If you look up the Bernie Wrightson lab scene, and you'll see the whole. Like I said, the original, this went for over 1,000. I have a puzzle of this, and I'm pretty damn good at puzzles. This was the hardest freaking puzzle I have ever done with all the black and white. Oh my goodness! But man, so once I got it done, I glued it and and have it mounted, and it's on my wall right now. But just look, and nobody captured shadow and light like he did.
Yeah.
He had the eye of one of these great cinematographers in black and white film do. I mean, the light and shadow that he employs, this guy is just brilliant. Again, he's number one of my. Here's the individual.
Yeah.
Straw.
There are some comic book artists that deserve to be in art history textbooks in 100 years. Bernie Wrightson is one of them.
Well, without a doubt, you're preaching to the choir there, baby. And to continue the Wrightson theme. So that was from my youngest. My oldest, Miss Danielle, who sometimes appears here as Danny, got me the Wrightson Muck Monster portfolio. This is also from the late 70s. And this was published in Creepy Magazine. Negative YouTuber called Young Defiant. Nope, I do not know Young Defiant. So it comes like this. I think Chris had one at one time that was signed. He had signed by Wrightson. He sold it a few years ago, but it was it was made. So these are what this comes with.
Oh, that's
cool.
Oh, nice.
So we have that. All right, I gotta manage this a little better. Give me a second. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they have Wrightson's his signatures at the bottom, but that's it's part of the scan. So
yeah,
it's not an individual. But I do, I am lucky enough to have Wrightson's signature. That he signed. Yeah, Chris had to part with it, and it was it was beautiful. So Chris had this set. So when I showed him this the other day, he was over here with me the other day. He had a little bit of deja vu. This page is just freaking brilliant.
Oh wow, that is nice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's shot sideways to fit it in there, but I mean, my God, what
detail.
like
it's almost like he just drew the image and then said, "Now I'm going to divide it up into the panels."
Yeah. Well, like Hagen said, this stuff deserves to be hung in a frickin' art museum. There's a couple more pages. Let me grab it.
Richard's stirring it up.
Come on, Richard.
There you go, Richard. Richard, Richard, look at the horror on it. Richard, you are
look at his eyes on that third panel.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, this guy's great. Richard, you're my man. I just want you to know that, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you trolling Sal every opportunity you get.
Yeah.
I know that this is the nature of like artwork, but it always amazes me that I can take a pencil, and make a stick figure, and other people can take pencils and do stuff like that.
So
yeah,
when we interviewed Russ Braun, I got him to recount a story that he had told me a few years ago, and I got him to recount it for when we did the interview for him. But as a kid, his mother knew Joe Orlando, who was the DC editor and also an artist that had relaunched the horror line at DC Comics, and he had worked at EC in the late 50s. So he was an artist of note, and so he got a chance to show Joe Orlando his work. And Joe Orlando is kind of he's kind of a hard ass. And he goes, all right, I'm going to look at your stuff. But you know what I told the last guy that got here? I told him, I asked him how he got here. And he told me he came by his car. And I said, do you have to put gas in that car? And the guy said, yeah, I do. He goes, well, that's what you ought to be doing for a living. I mean, tough customer. Anyway, he looked at Russ's stuff and really liked it and said, well, you know what I'm going to do? He goes, I like what I see here. Let me show you something I have in the back. And Russ went from being, Orlando was fantastic. Joe Orlando is the guy that drew that great cover for House of Mystery 174, where the doors are opening, beckoning the kids to come inside. So he goes in the back, and Russ is feeling really good because here's this hard ass, likes my stuff, and he's he likes what he's seeing, and I may get in the industry. And Joe Orlando comes back with pages of original Bernie Wrightson work. And Russ said his heart went from when he was feeling good about himself, and then he sees something that is so amazing that he knows he can never attain that level of genius. And it just he said, man, that was a.
He said it wrecked him, right? That he spent the entire summer trying to draw like that.
Yeah, and then he got to the point where he realized nobody could do that. Nobody could draw like that, and that helped him. That helped him tremendously.
Jimmy Palmiotti said something similar a little bit like that. When I was talking to him at the show in Virginia.
Yeah.
When he was talking about that he was talking to Bernie one time, like I guess before he got in the industry, and he was showing him like, yeah, this is what I use to ink. Like these are the pens and the brushes and the ink. And he went out and like got all that stuff. He's like, maybe if I have all the same stuff as him, I get my stuff to look like his too.
It didn't work out that way, did it?
Just because you own Jimi Hendrix guitar doesn't mean you can play the Star Spangled Banner like that.
Yeah.
And Jimmy did get to ink Bernie's work on that Punisher series that we showed the picture of. So that was the highlight for him. All right, so now we'll move on to what my lovely, lovely redheaded goddess of a wife got me. So she got me an issue of Wonder Woman I Need.
Oh, nice. Did she get this from Damien?
Yes, these are all from Damien. I love the forward breastises.
Yeah.
I love that pose. Another issue of Wonder Woman I Need.
Nice.
So I'm winding these down to where I'm almost have a straight up run from about 197 up. As a kid, I got this title and I dropped it because Justice League was so much cooler, but I have most of the original issues. But I'm going to finish Super Friends. So,
nice.
So we're finishing Super Friends. All right, we talked about
maybe you and Diane could dress up as the Wonder Twins for Halloween one year.
No, because when you activate my power, that's going to make it an R-rated film. So here we go. Speaking of which, World of Wood. Here we go.
Oh.
The World of Wood. This was a mini series that Eclipse did with Wally Wood. This is a Dave Stevens cover with Wally Wood. So look, it followed me home, Mom. You get that thing out of here. You know, I love the UFOs on the side and everything. So beautiful copy. World of Wood, early 80s. All right.
Double entendre.
That's right. Another Dave Stevens.
Oh.
Ooh,
Hello.
Yeah. How did that possum get an eye patch? We all want to know.
He shot his eye out.
He shot his eye out.
Is
that Red Ryder BB gun?
You shoot your eye out, kid.
Shoot your eye out, kid. You know, but he's got a hell of a nurse to help him recover.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I guess
I'm feeling better already.
Yeah.
I'd shoot my eye out, too, if that was who was going to mend me back to health.
Invigorating. All right. PT Boat Skipper Captain Storm #1. And it's a beautiful copy.
Nice.
Cool cover. I never heard of the book, but
well, he's one of the losers, guys that made up the losers. But this is great. It says, "Skipper, your leg's been blasted. It's only wood. I'll get another." So, you know, he's got a wooden leg. They can shoot it all they want.
I'm a sucker for any book that has planes on the cover. So
yeah, oh, absolutely. Look at that. You know, and
that's wicked.
Yeah, absolutely. Skipper, your leg's blasted. It's only wood. I'll get another. Love it. So this went about, I want to say like 60. What do you say? Yeah, you're damn right.
That would be useless.
Now, here is one of the great Russ Heath Tone covers.
Don't you remember that one Family Guy where he was like, form of a tampon, and then he jumps in the purse. He's like, and now we wait. Oh, that's nice.
GI Combat.
Great GI Combat, Russ Heath Tone cover. The dude, the tail gunner here, well, it's not going to end well for him. His plane's been shot in half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the upper half. Here's the lower half. But those guns are blazing away still. He's still shooting. But that is a gorgeous cover there, man.
That is great.
It's number 101, GI Combat 101. And our friend, Mighty Mike Harbor. Yep. Oh, Pam. I know that Captain Storm. That's great. And that title's not that hard to complete. Like I said, it's only about 16 issues. But GI Combat 101, Mike Harbor has every issue of this book. And then the big grand finale of what my lovely wife got me was John Wayne Adventure Comics number 30. It only went 31 issues. I have like the first 5. The later, yeah, it sure is, Chris. The later issues are very tough to get. They are very rare. So this is early, this is early 50s. So this is number 30 out of 31. So it's a scarce. These are very scarce. So hard to get.
Very cool.
Very hard to get.
Nice.
Now we're going to get into what Mike Harbor did, and Mike Harbor got me a book that makes my heart race. So we'll build up to it. First, he got me this great Lee Bermejo Swamp Thing 1 cover.
Oh yeah, that's
really cool.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, that is just amazing. So Bermejo, God, he's good. Then he got me another Swamp Thing 1. And I'm blanking on who this artist was. We got me the trade dress and the Virgin cover of that.
That's cool.
So that's pretty awesome. And then we were done. You know, we had these gifts. We exchanged them. I gave him Dan's great G.I. Joe cover with Sergeant Rock on it. And we had done that. We're over. Oh, gave me this great commander's hat. We're good. Then he comes over the other day and he gives me a book that I had been coveting. And this now is tied for my second oldest book.
Wow.
From February of 1940. This is the rarest book I own on the Gerber scarcity scale from 1 to 10, 10 meaning the most rare. This is an 8. You know, I have a few 7s, quite a few 6s. This is a frickin' 8. And there's less than 50 copies of this known to exist.
Whoa.
Yep. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
All American. Keep in mind, the Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott, first appeared in green and All American Comics 16. This is from February of 1940. All American Comics 11.
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
I have coveted this book because there are no superheroes named Gary. This is Gary Concord, Ultraman. This is just the quintessential sci-fi comic cover. How cool is that?
That is awesome.
That looks great.
He looks just like you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I get like a Flash Gordon vibe with the
Yes,
rocket ship in the back.
Very much Flash Gordon. And the rocket ship's got the artist's name on it, just like it's Chrysler. It's like Blummer. You know, that's the artist.
It's like a patriotic Flash Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that cover's cool. Make your own records at home. So this book, it's got a qualified grade on it. And I have to find out, you know, when a book is incomplete, you usually get an incomplete. The 6th wrap is missing on this book. And the wrap is like when you're turning the pages, the first one, the second. Page 6, which would be a front and back to it, and then it wraps to the back side of the book, and it have 2 other pages. So really, it's missing 4 pages.
Right.
You know what? I don't know how you get a qualified grade on some and an incomplete on others. So that I don't know. Sal, maybe you know the answer.
So what's missing with the book then? Is it missing those pages?
Yes.
Are they ad pages?
6th wrap missing. Don't know. It doesn't say it affects the story, but it is missing something. Thank you, Pam. But I don't care. Just to have this, I wanted this book desperately. Right. And going to Baltimore, the Buzzard Brothers had a copy of this. They sold 2 weeks before Baltimore, and it was probably a 2.0. It was raw, and it was about $500-$600 for a 2. And then it's extremely rare, so you just don't see it. And then when Christine Farrell passed away, she's the gal in Vermont that had Burlington, had every DC comic. She had the highest graded copy ever, and I think it was an 8.5 or something. And it went for auction at like $6,700.
Wow!
So this is a 4.5. Yes, it's a quality
qualified. So if it says the story's complete and what's missing does not affect the story, I got to go with what Hagen said. It's missing ad pages.
Then maybe that's what, because it doesn't say missing story pages. It just says the 6th wrap is missing, and it's cream to off-white pages. Yeah. So that's a defect that I can certainly live with. But even so, I don't know what Mike spent for this. This book wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. Congrats, buddy. That's a great one.
He gave me this, and my jaw just dropped, and I'm like, God damn it, so this, I just, Mike had a really hard year. His sister was murdered this year. Some other shit happened, and he had told me. I mean, he got a little emotional. I got a little emotional. He said, "This is just something extra because you've really been there for me this year." And I said, "Brother, that's part of the job description. You don't get me nothing for that." Yeah. But he wanted to do this, and I appreciate it. And then because he gave me this, I had his 60th birthday is 2 years away. And as Dan knows, I play the long game when I give gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had Dan commission Dan to get a 2 comic covers that he did, the Sergeant Slaughterhouse of Slaughter cover for me, and the Sergeant Rock on the G.I. Joe blank cover. I've had those things for like 8 months. Yeah, Mike is a sweet man. I've had those for like 8 months and waited to give to Mike. So because he gave me this, I'm like, God damn it. Now I have to give you your 60th one because I can't let you give me that and me not give you anything. And what I had for his 60th is, you guys remember when you came over here seeing those postcards that George Perez had on the beam that goes across my basement? I still have an original set. I bought 2. One I opened and one I didn't open from 1984. I still had a set that was still encased in the plastic.
Oh, nice.
Amen. And that's what I've been waiting to give to him for his 60th birthday. And I said, all right, now I'm giving you this now. I want you to have it. But in 2 years, when I give you something really shitty, I want you to remember that. And an original set of those postcards, I don't know what I don't know what the going rate is, but I'm sure they're not cheap, But anyway, but the Slaughter cover is amazing. Dan did a hell of a job. But this, I'm telling you, this about brought a tear to my eye, and just the love and emotion that Mike had in his eye when he gave it to me. Something I'll never forget. But
that's got to be one of those things. Like the book itself is great. It's something that you've wanted for a while, but the manner in which you got it, like the fact that I know that when you look at that, you're gonna remember that moment. Like that's priceless, dude. Congratulations.
Look, we hugged it out. We hugged it out. Let me tell you. But it just, like I said, he didn't have to give me a damn thing. I mean, when you're somebody's best friend, you're there for them through thick and thin. None of the other stuff matters. But he wanted me to have this, and I'll never forget this gift. And it was just a couple months ago that he and Chris and I were at right over there, looking through the Gerber photo journal of comics, and I was pointing this book out, how I really wanted this book, and that it was so goddamn hard to find, and damn if Mike didn't find a copy. And he didn't just find a copy, he found an absolutely gorgeous copy of this. And I'm still stunned looking at this. And you talked about how you looked at that Avengers 4. I damn near slept with this the first night he gave it. I have it right by my bed and all. And every day since he's given me this, it's been in my hands, and I've been looking at it and just marveling at it. And like you said, I'm always going to remember that moment when he gave it to me. It's always going to have a special feeling. And this book is freaking special. I mean, it's special because of how it was given to me, from who it was given to me, and then just the fact that this book is something that I really wanted. This guy he was only on 4 comic covers. His first appearance was in All American 8. This is 11, and I believe he was on the cover of 15. And then the next issue was Alan Scott. And when the Alan Scott issue started, I don't know if he still carried on as a backup feature. I'll have to see, but he wasn't the lead anymore. And the other cover he has, of all things, and I told this to Chris the other day, is he's on the cover of All-Star Comics #1. All-Star 3 is the famous cover where they're sitting around the table, but All-Star 1 and 2 were individual stories about the characters, and All-Star 2 has Green Lantern, Flash, and Spectre on it. It's a cool cover. But All-Star 1 has 4 different vignettes on there, and one is the Spectre, one is Flash, I think Green Lantern is the other, and then Ultraman is one of the 4. So he's on the cover of All-Star 1. So, for all things. But February 1940, tied for my second oldest book. So anyway,
I can't put that up there. Damn, Chris.
But you'll have to tell me what he said later.
I have to tell you, I just went to put it up, and then I read what he said, and I was like, nope, that can't go up there. So
Chris, he texted me that so I find out what your little deviant mind said. But anyway, love it, and I just can't get over how amazing this book is. So
there's no other character. No, the superhero is named Gary. I'll tell you what. I'll create one whose real name will be Gary.
Yeah. Well, remember we talked to Philip Kennedy Johnson. He promised he's putting a Gary in his book for me. So we'll see.
Well, he already put Sal. Sal's
but Sal. That was a coinky dink. He didn't do that for Sal. But Sal can claim it. We'll let Sal claim it.
Yep, we'll take that. I'll take that. All right, so let's go ahead and show off the ones I got as well.
You know what, Sal? Just say all you got to do is wait a couple years.
Yeah.
And then you can blur the timeline of
retcon
it. You're the inspiration. And he's going to go up to kids at conventions and go, "Hey, kid, you got a cigarette?"
You got a cigarette? That was me.
Remember which creator was it that would kind of tell the tall tales and said, "Never let the truth get in the way of a good story."
That's right. That's right. All right. So let's go ahead and show off these first 2. These actually came from Dan.
Right back at you, Chris.
Yep. Dan, because he ordered some stuff off of eBay, and it was like bulk lots of Adam books, and he had duplicates of these, so he gave me both of these. This is Power of the Atom #1, and this is Power of the Atom #14.
Very nice.
So thank you, Dan, for that. Appreciate that. That's awesome.
That second one's spooky. that face is nightmarish.
That was. All right, so let's get to these guys. All right, so these are random people from Facebook that I bought from. I picked up a variant cover of Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. That's just
cool cover.
Freaking badass cover.
Cover.
I'll set these here. I picked up this Wonder Man #1. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's considered Wonder Man Volume 1, even though it was actually only one issue.
That's right.
What are you laughing at, Gary? Did he tell you what he said?
Yeah, he showed me what he said. Chris, you asshole.
Now you see why I couldn't put it on the screen.
Oh,
yeah,
I can see why you couldn't.
Folks, it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad, but you know what? It's funny as hell, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, love you, brother. Anyway.
And so am I never ending. What's that?
I said Chris is not known for his subtlety.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah, like a hammer to the head.
So my never-ending battle, the finished X-Men Volume 1, I picked up number 61.
Ooh,
Oh,
great
that's
Neil
cool.
Adams Sauron cover. Nice.
Yep. I'm now down to 24 books. 24 books, and I'll have a complete run.
Oh, man.
Does that include giant size?
Yes, that includes giant size.
And then the voices will stop.
No, the voices won't stop. So,
Then they'll whisper, "You need all the Green Lanterns."
Yeah, I know it will. It will. I picked up this Amazing Spider-Man number 45.
Oh, great lizard cover. Love that.
God, that's so good. That's one of my favorite Spidey covers.
Yeah,
Great cover.
That looks so crisp too.
it's got the color's really good. It's got some damage over here on the side. It's well loved, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, I see it now.
But you want the yellow to stand out. John Romita, John. Listen, we all love Ditko and admire Ditko, but Romita's the one that took that book to another level.
Yep. It's got a little bit of water damage right there, it looks like, or some dirt. But, I mean, these were acceptable cover flaws for me for this book. And all right. So, if you watched our Comic Character of the Week, the Atom, I had 2 covers on there. And damn, if those covers did not pop up for sale the very next day.
Nice.
And I bought them. So I picked up Adam and Hawkman number 39.
Oh,
Go Cooper.
Yep. And then I picked up Adam. What's this? Adam number 26.
No, that should
This
be
is the first Blue-Eyed Bandit.
nice.
Well, now you got to get a copy. Now you got a copy of your third cover that you posted.
Yeah, I know. Now I have to keep an eye out for that. All right. And as Gary had aforementioned earlier, I did stop by Comic Logic today to pick up the foil cover of Batman, the Tertiary Size Edition. And it had a little note on there saying, for Sal, paid, Merry Christmas. So thank you, Gary, for that. I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome. That's Jim Aparo goodness.
That is Jim Aparo goodness. And because you did that, I actually went ahead and bought some stuff from the store itself.
Well, thank you for that.
I picked up Hell Hunters, the variant cover of that.
Yeah, that was one of the. I almost got that one, but I couldn't get them all. I'm glad I saved some for you.
Thank you very much. I also picked the Hornsby and Halo.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And because I'm an idiot and didn't realize I picked up Time Slide, I picked up another copy of that.
And it doesn't even have Venom on it.
I know. Well, hold on a second. We'll get to that in a minute. Hang on. There was a variant cover to this that was pretty awesome. It was a homage to the X-Men 101. And I had it in my hand. I'm like, do I want the variant cover or the A cover? I'm like, I'll just get the A because I don't have that. I should have got the variant cover and then everything would have been well. So, speaking of Venom, I went ahead and picked up this all-new Venom #1.
That is a cool cover.
So, this
Swords
is the one
make
in
everything
25
better.
as well. Yep. Indeed. So that is it for my stuff there. Okay. That's all I got for that. There we are. Flip you up there.
So, a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, I did get 3. I got 4 comic book t-shirts. I don't have them with me, but 3 out of the 4 were Spider-Man covers. Like the Venom Carnage one, the Venom Spider-Man one. No, actually, and then there was a plain Venom one. And then the 4th one was the classic X-Men Arthur Adams cover one.
Oh, yeah.
So
Tell them how you got the shirts.
Okay, so my daughter wanted to be, didn't know what to buy me, and we were searching for gifts for her.
Oh, baby.
We were in Hot Topic, and I said, "Here you go. I picked up these 4 shirts." I said, "Give these to me for Christmas." And she's like, "Okay." Problem solved.
Tell them the rest of it though. What you were telling her, like, oh, this is.
So I was like, So when I opened them up, I asked the price. Oh my God, this is such a great shirt. This is the cover for 316 where Venom's, first full appearance on the cover where he's, crushing Spider-Man. She's like, Dad, how do you know all this stuff? And I'm like, come on, you know all your stuff about Crew and your Roblox stuff, don't you? This is my thing right here. And I'm like, pick up another one. I'm like, this is the, issue number 358. That type of thing was great.
Oh, you're so embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. I only did that in the house. I didn't do that in front of anybody else, though. So, anyhow.
Was she sounds like she was impressed.
Yes, she was. Yep.
Yeah.
Dad, you're so annoying. Yep. That's it. That's how you know you win.
That's my job.
Yep. So, yeah, all right. So, Uncle Gary, do you have a secret code word for our showcase?
Futurama.
Futurama.
I love the show.
Love the show too.
Might not have anything to do with the show.
Are we gonna go on a bender? What?
Ooh, I saw what you did there, Layla. Or is it Leela?
Not Layla. It's Leela. Yeah, Leela. All right, folks. Well, then we go ahead and wrap up this.
Pam, the showcase is for you.
Yep, the showcase is for you, Pam. Stick around.
And Chris, you too. Chris, you too. You're a fan.
It's Codex Stations After Dark Comics Unleashed. We're going to wrap this one up, but stick around because we have Uncle Gary's showcase. I tell you what, Uncle Gary, let me throw you up front and center. And then that way we can go ahead and kick off your title.
All right, let's do it.
See you guys in about 30 seconds.
Right, all right. Welcome to the showcase today. Today's code word is Futurama. Gaping holes, Chris. You're ahead of schedule, like always. So, Dan, Futurama, what's that mean? You know what it means.
I'm gonna guess Legion.
Well, what?
Nice. Long live the Legion.
Ooh, long live the Legion, baby. Pam, you're a Legion fan. Chris is a Legion fan. So, Legion superheroes. Of course, first appearance, Venture Comics 247, and they had a run as backup feature and adventure, and then by issue 300, they took over the whole book, and from issue 300 to 300, they still alternated with some Superboy covers, but it wasn't too long after that they started. They were every cover until about 381, I think, was the last Legion book, or 383, and then it went to Supergirl. But where they moved from there, they went into the Superboy book. Superboy, with issue 197, it became Superboy in the Legion of Superheroes. So this is when the starring the Legion of Superheroes was added to the Superboy title, 197. Here you get a great. This is Dave Cockrum. This is Nick Cardy, but Dave Cockrum is doing the interiors. This is Nick Cardy. And Timberwolf, a lot of people criticize Timberwolf being a ripoff of Wolverine. Well,
other way around.
Yeah, Timberwolf predates Wolverine by about 10 years. So anyway, so here's 198. So,
well, it's the same thing with Challenges of the Unknown, too. People are like, oh, that's just the knockoff Fantastic Four. Like, yeah, they would be if they weren't around before the Fantastic Four.
That's right. Kirby, who created both, reused that origin is what he did, Superboy 199. So the gun that mastered men. So another great cover. 200. Where Bouncing Boy marries Duo Damsel. So and Starfinger. Starfish Finger. Chris, Starfish Finger. That's your villain, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's partners with the Brown Lantern.
Yes, he is. All right. 201. with a little bit of wildfire there. Another great Nick Cardy cover, Superboy and the Legion. 202, 100-page goodness here. Look at that. Wrath of the Devilfish. So one new story, and then the rest were reprints. So I love this. This is just pretty good 100-pager. Nice shape. This issue here, coming up 203, this is the first issue that I bought off the rack. And now this isn't my exact issue. This is an upgrade. Thank you, Chris. This is an upgrade. I still have my original one, but this first issue of the Legion, Valdis here, kills a Legionnaire. So the first issue of the Legion I ever buy, 1974, I'm 9.5 years old. This guy kills one of the Legionnaires, and it's a haunting love story. It was a really great issue that stuck with me all these years. So I just loved it. Massacre by Remote Control. Here's the next issue. So I just love Superboy and the Legion. And this was also the first issue where Dave Cockrum had left. Now he's doing X-Men. He goes to Marvel to do X-Men. Mike Grill takes over as the regular artist, which I love. All right. Here's another 100-pager of it, Chris. It's 205. So that's just another great 100-page issue. Nick Cardy. 206.
100 pages back in the day were a great way to get the old stories because it's not like you could just, there weren't comic shops where you could just go and pick up back issues. There's no eBay or even really comic shows where you could really, pick them up. Like
you would go to newsstands. Sometimes newsstands would have packs. I mean, I used to walk we used to go to Roslyn and then walk across the Key Bridge, and there was a Key Bridge newsstand that had old books, me and a buddy of mine, and that's where we would buy old books from. In the late 70s, early 80s. But anyway, that's a great Nick Cardy cover with Feral Lad and Invisible Kid. Here's another Mike Grill. So we trolled Mike the other day on one of the questions was that the Legion of Superheroes would easily defeat the Teen Titans, his favorite team. And they would, just sheer numbers alone. Yeah. But when your first three Legionnaires out of the gate are Superboy, Mon-El, and Ultra Boy, you're screwed. So this is great. That great hand, that of course is Colossal Boy reaching in here. Now this is where we went giant size, not 100 pages anymore, but still giant size. So
I love the stuff they did with Colossal Boy later. I think it was when Mark Waid and Barry Kitson were doing
Cardi,
where he would get pissed that people called him Colossal Boy because like he came from the planet of giants, but his power was he could shrink normal human size. And he got mad when they called him Colossal Boy. He's like, no, that's not the power is that I shrink, not that I grow.
Yeah, that was retconning because he was an Earthling.
Yeah.
And Ellen's from Earth.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a retcon. I loved this issue with Karate Kid and Princess Projecta, who's his love, and great Nick Cardy cover again. And Booz, you're right. These Cardy covers are just fantastic. And I love, we went from that design to now DC is doing, this design where we have the floating heads on the cover. But all these, I just loved these books. And when I was arguing with Mike, this is Element Lad right here. And when I was arguing, we were talking about Mike, you're talking, well, Dick Grayson would have access to kryptonite to neutralize Superman. I said, yeah, that's great. Well, Element Lad would turn it into a diamond. It's not going to hurt, can't hurt anybody then.
See, I just said Matter Eater Lad to just eat
it. Eat it, yeah. And you know what? You got Matter Eater. No, that's Chemical King right there on the cover. There's a great, the Adult Legion that whoops their butt again. So some of these I've upgraded. Some of these are my originals. And of course, whenever I upgrade a book that I bought off the stands, I can't get rid of the original book I bought. I have to keep it. So those never go into the trade pile. They go into the nostalgia box. But so Dave Cockrum did these costume designs on a lot of these, and if you look at that costume of Saturn Girls, it's very reminiscent of Storm, who was going to be a Legionnaire. So he, and then if you look at Chameleon Boy's costume, it's very much like Nightcrawlers. So when Dave Cockrum did those character designs, those two characters were going to be Legionnaires, and he took them to the, Marvel. So there we go. Now we're getting to a lot of these are Mike Grill covers now. Here's our bicentennial cover. Only the issues that had July or August cover dates in 1976 carried the bicentennial logo. I liked it. I wish they had done it for the whole year. It's great. Mike Grill, Fatal 5 cover. Great Superboy and Wildfire. So I just love the Legion. Here's Mike Grill. You know, Mike Grill knows how to draw a good-looking woman. So there we go. And so these were just all fun books. And then somebody that was mentioned earlier, the Time Trapper, which I think is a really cool Legion villain. I love this cover, Pulsar Stargrave. So this is Brainiac 5's ancestor.
Like I said, they've had two different identities now for Time Trapper that I can remember, and I'm sure there's been more, but there's only two that I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh, love me some Dawn Star, who Mike Grill created.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again, Mike Grill, draw some good-looking women.
I love all the trade dresses on these.
I do too.
They just pop so much.
Yeah, and of course now, you know, all these are definitely my original copies because I was keeping them super nice.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, so I like that a lot. And then let's see, we got some more we'll show. Another Time Trapper. Love these. Another cool Grill cover. Here's a classic Clash cover by Grill.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in space. There we go. And we talked about, you know, we did the Atom Show. Shrinking Violet, who was one of the Legionnaires, she predates the Ray Palmer Atom.
Yeah.
I think this will be the first and probably only showcase that I can say I have them all. Nice, Pam. Nice. I figured you would. Like I said, you've talked Legion with us, so I figured let's show something that I know you would dig. There's a Mike Grill again, and now we get into where Joe Staten starts doing. So, you know, Grill was doing the covers, but Staten was doing the interiors. He is a classic artist, not quite my favorite, but you know, I mean, I appreciated him. But still, a lot of the covers are really cool. And I'm like Hagen, I love the trade dress. This is a Jim Starlin cover here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I like that a lot. And that's actually a reprint book. This is one of my favorite single issues ever here of any book. So I love this book. There's another cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's another cool Mike Grill cover there. So this is a state not as cool as Grill, but still not bad. Not bad. Chameleon Boy, my favorite Legionnaire. Permanent leader of the Espionage Squad. The Espionage Squad. And another Grill.
That's some great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, now we can hear you, Sal.
All right, good.
There we go. More Drew. I love this Grill cover here. Some boys just melting them.
Yeah.
The Fatal 5. So a few more, and we shall be done.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. This is Joe Staten. There's Monel getting ready to punch out Sunboy.
You don't see too many purple covers anymore.
That's true.
Not a whole lot. And here's a 250th issue. So
I really like that one. That one's really cool.
This one, the Burst Report, yeah. So issue 259 was the last issue of Superboy, and then it transitioned, and that's what we'll go to. It transitioned to the Legion of Superheroes. So it became their title until it ended. But it transitioned away from, and I am now. So this was a Superboy book. I am now I think I need 116 or I think 116, and I'll have Superboy like 97 up, which is from the
nice.
I think from the late 50s, early 60s up. So there we go. So
how many books away are you from having every appearance of the Legion?
maybe 1 or 2.
Wow.
I've got to see for sure because I have knocked that list out. Maybe I made it and have the final one I need, but I got an Adventure Comics that I needed when I went to that Pennsylvania show with Damien, and I got one I needed. Okay, so this is the last issue. This actually 258, 259 is the first issue where it's Legion of Superheroes. So there's Superboy leaving, tear in his eye.
He's crying.
And then there you go. That's the first issue of the regular, and that's a Dick Giordano issue. But so there you go. A little bit of Legion history, 197 to 260, and love this book. So Pam, Chris, and I, and Dan, we always talk about the Legion, and long live the Legion. So
long live the Legion.
Long live the Legion.
Didn't somebody want to put Matter Eater Lad on the F list?
Matter Eater Lad, that's what Sonny tried to do, and then
Sonny tried to do that. Yeah,
he tried to do that, and then when he was hooked up, he saved the universe. Matter Eater Lad did by himself. So look at that big super baby.
I mean, my superpower is I'm able to eat a lot of stuff too, but I don't really save the universe doing it. I just kind of get indigestion and heartburn.
You saved the gastroverse.
No, I wrecked the gastroverse.
Oh, long live the Legion, Pam. Absolutely.
All right. Very cool. Let's go ahead and get back to right here. Pop this right there. There we are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the showcase version of For Uncle Gary. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lettuce, for joining us tonight. It's been awesome and amazing. We'd like to have you back on again. So
I told you I was planning on coming on early in the new year, and we just we prematurely a premature appeance, but hasn't been my first time, won't be my last time.
That's right. If you just hang in there, and we'll just keep going. Round 2 will be even better.
We weren't really planning on doing a show tonight. We kind of decided, we probably won't. And 2 days ago, I think the day that I messaged you, Jamie said, "Hey, are you guys doing a show Saturday? You should see if anybody wants to come on." I'm like, I'll message Hagen and see if he wants to.
Yeah.
That's
very cool.
Yeah,
and here we are.
And here we are.
And we all are. And what was great, because I wanted to thank you in person for those great Codex ornaments you sent us out. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, you have my mother's Glowforge to thank. There are, if I can get just a little bit sappy, there are so many people that I've gotten to meet and that have been so kind to me and so generous to me, with their time, also with gifts and advice. And you guys were the first show that I got invited on that I didn't know beforehand, and it meant a lot to me. That I think it was Tim who reached out to me and invited me on to talk about Falcon, and you guys let me come on after that, and you told me that the second time was my fault. And
that's right.
Here we are, on the fifth or sixth time, something like that, maybe more. But so I there are so many people that I had to thank and show my gratitude to, and we had this hurricane that came through, and my car is still out of commission, so I haven't been able to
Wow.
I can't send comics out to people, and so I wanted to just do something small, and I don't know, I thought it had a nice personal touch to it, so I'm glad that you guys liked it.
Yeah,
I got the letter right here. It's it was unexpected too. I got it in the mail because I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, Hagen. Okay, that's cool. And I was like, I don't know what this is. I opened it up and read it, and it's a very nice letter. And I was like, oh, this is super cool. immediately took the picture of it, sent it to the guys. It's like, look what I got in the mail.
Yep.
So funny story about that. The letters. One, you were surprised because I think Sal was the only person that got back to me, and I had to get all of your addresses from him. But so everybody else had a bit of a warning.
Did you did you message and ask for an address? I didn't see it.
I sent it to the Codex Instagram, and I think
see, the only one I could see that now that I'm that Jamie made me an admin, but before Jamie was the only one that could see it.
Well, I know for next year then. But Sal was the one that I knew. Well, Sal, I don't know if I messaged you or not. Anyway,
you did.
I got the addresses from that,
and I didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, you didn't tell anybody about it. And as far as the letters go, I sent out like a ton of envelopes, and I was thinking like, I'm going to save some time and I'm going to print out some of these and just like sign them at the bottom. But there are some that I don't want to do that for. And so I started like, I wrote out my list and I was like, well, I can't do that for this person. I can't do that for this person. I can't do that for this person. And then eventually I was like, I have to write handwritten letters for everybody. Like it means more to me. And I know that means more to
everybody on the station appreciates a hand job. You did the right thing.
Absolutely. I'll use more lotion next time. That was my bad. But
raw and rough's fine with us.
Well, I'm glad that you liked it.
That was a nice touch, so to say. No, it really was a nice touch. We appreciate that.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys for having me on this time and every other time, and I hope we get to do it again.
Yep. Show off that Avengers book one more time because it's good. It's such a good book.
It is.
Don't have to ask me twice.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that is.
That's
Congrats on that, buddy. That's a great pickup.
Isn't it wonderful when you get a Grail?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a book that I didn't think that I'd ever be able to own, and it's just super cool.
Look at Gary stroking his.
Right. Yep.
Stroking his.
Sal, it already made it.
There you go. All right. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for thanks for coming on tonight. I know it's last minute, it was late, but it was
holiday season and all that. So
it was great having you on. Everybody go subscribe to Letters Comics. He puts out great, some great videos. I love the intros that you do for your videos, and the end of the year video you did was great too. And like where you talk about, how everything went, this year starting your channel and your collecting goals and, all that, but also like at the end of it, when you said, all right, if you're just in for the comic stuff, you can stop here. But then when you got into the personal stuff after that, it was really great too.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. That's stuff that I don't share super often, but the support that I've gotten from, random internet people that have become like close friends, it can't be discounted. And I thought people deserve to hear it. So I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did, man. I dig your videos, and as someone that's got too big of a gut myself, that's something where I'm always telling myself like I need to lose weight, like I need to exercise some more, I need to eat better. Then I see the hamburger, and I see the pizza, and I'm like Matter Eater lad, and I just
hey, dude, the struggle is real.
I'm like the Coneheads, consume mass quantities.
Yep. I feel the same way. I really do.
Yeah, man. Like what I like the personal touch that you put in the stuff too, because like Gary said, it's been a rough year for a lot of us. For Mike, Jamie's had some stuff, Tim's had some stuff. For me, like those of us, have lost.
Y'all have lost family members.
Yeah, some of us have lost family members. Other things have happened. Some things have compounded. It's been multiple things. So, it's always good to let people know that, hey, you're not the only one going through it. Everyone's going, like, we're here for each other, and that's that's always something that is a message always worth repeating.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely, and if anybody does need a little bit of support, Safe Space by our good buddy Archduke Kevy.
Absolutely,
go to that spot. And Hagen, you're right. Your community was devastated by that storm. So
Yes.
Yeah, we've the last time we got hit by something even remotely that large, because I live in upstate South Carolina. The last time we got hit by something even remotely that large was Hugo, and everybody that I've talked to has said this was way worse than that. So yeah, I mean, me and my family lost power for 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
So yeah, it was something, but like we as a little town pulled together and we got a lot of support from the people around us. So it could have been worse.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard. It's good having you back in the fold, brother. Missed you.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. All right, so everybody, please go over to either YouTube or Instagram or both. Check out Lettuce Comics. Do a subscribe to him.
Yep.
Watch his stuff. It is amazing, just like Dan says. Speaking of Dan, where can they find you once again, Dan?
Oh yeah, find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. So go give me a follow and help me get up to that 1,000 subscribers. I think last time I checked, I'm about 125 away. So Dan
Kelly Art.
Dan Kelly Art.
Dan Kelly Art.
Right over there. Right over there.
Right over there.
All right. And of course, this guy right here, down below me, he's the Ric Flair of comics.
Woo!
The curator of the Library of Comics. That's the phrase that pays.
The phrase that pays, baby. Come to Comic Logic. Come see us. We would love to have you. We're Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. We're in the Northern Virginia area, about 35 miles west of D.C. Come see us. Sal was just there today and came by and got a few nice books from us. So please, it's a wonderful place to come. Bring your family. We're good folks. So we'd love to see you and make your acquaintance. So you come see us. And also check out Comic Character of the Day, our site run by the Archduke Kevy, and check out that goodness. But Pam, thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, everybody in the chat for showing up, even you, Chris. So
and thanks for putting some pants on, Chris.
What makes you think he put pants on?
I know.
It's a brave soldier.
What makes you think he put on pants?
Do assless chaps count as pants?
Does what count?
Assless chaps count as pants?
Technically, yes.
Not at the last Burger King I went into.
Very good.
Going with assless chaps and the Burger King, one of those cardboard crowns and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell him you want buns just like this on your meat? There you go.
There you go. Oh,
I
didn't.
See,
I've got a Whopper for you.
Of course, there you go. There you go. Of course you do. There you go, Chris. Of course he didn't wear pants.
All right. All chaps.
Yes, all chaps. Well, you know what? He does have a point there.
He does. All right, folks. I'm your host, Sal the Slab Guy. You can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner or Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. You can always find us on the codexstation.com. Head over there, get some merch, meet the team, and there's so much more to check out by this guy right here, Mr. IT himself.
No. It's a lie. It's a lie.
But Gary, what about the socials, baby? What about those?
No, this I do know, and this is not a lie. All of us that you see here, and look at Hagen. You can tell with him too.
Yes.
You look at us, we have all the socials, practically dripping with them, and we'd like nothing better than to give them to you, baby.
Absolutely, 110%. This is the wrap, folks. We'll see you guys next week, I guess. We're not doing a comic character of the week next week. There's no podcast next week. So it's it's the award show. That's right.
Award show,
right,
January 4th, right?
And I believe that's an earlier start. I think that's a 9 p.m. start.
At 9 p.m. next Saturday, the award show, where we will talk about our books of the year and our favorite surprises, our favorite covers. Yep. So we're looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah, you guys, a reminder to everyone on Codex. You need to send your covers in so that I can upload them on here for for what your cover of the year pick is, and you need to make sure to put in the group chat your nomination for the Legacy Award so we can pick who it's going to be this year. Because next year, that's when we're going to do the Codex Hall of Fame. This year, it's still the Codex Legacy Award.
Okay.
All right.
And you can
we'll get on that. We'll get on that. All right then, folks. We will see you guys next week. Take care, and I hope you all have a nice